The Silk Thread Part 5. Finial, the resolution. The party ended not with music, but with silence. Guests slipped out quietly, some offering Clara tight, sympathetic nods, others avoiding her eyes. No one spoke to Daniel. His phone buzzed in his pocket. Texts, no doubt, from colleagues and friends scrambling to distance themselves. But he didn't dare look. By midnight, the once crowded house stood empty. Plates half-eaten, champagne flutes abandoned. The quartet long gone. Only Clara, Elise, and Daniel remained. Daniel broke the silence first. His voice was ragged, stripped of its usual charm. "Clara, please, we can fix this. I made a mistake." Clara turned slowly, studying him. His tie hung loose, his face blotchy with desperation. He looked smaller, suddenly. "Mortal. A mistake," she said softly. "One hotel bill might be a mistake. One kiss, one email. But a year of lies. That's not a mistake, Daniel. That's a choice." His mouth opened, closed. He reached for her hand. She stepped back. Elise watched quietly from the corner, her arms folded, her expression unreadable. "You ruined me," Daniel whispered hoarsely. "In front of everyone." Clara tilted her head. "No, Daniel, you ruined yourself. I only turned on the lights." The following week was carnage. Daniel's boss called him in, citing concerns about professionalism and public image. Within days, his promotion, the one he'd been angling for all year, was gone. His colleagues withdrew. His golf partners stopped returning calls. The country club board regrettably informed him that his membership was suspended. At home, he prowled the rooms like a caged animal, snapping at Clara, then groveling, then collapsing into silence. She moved through the house like a guest in her own museum, calm and unshaken. One evening, he slammed his fist against the counter. "Why are you so calm? Don't you care what's happening to us?" Clara looked up from the teacup she was rinsing. "There is no us, Daniel. Not anymore." His face crumpled. The divorce papers were filed 2 weeks later. Clara moved swiftly, armed with the meticulous records she had gathered. Hotel receipts, emails, bank charges. Daniel's lawyer barely mounted a defense. When the settlement was finalized, Clara stood to keep the house, a generous share of assets, and the lake cabin Daniel had always loved. He fought for it bitterly, but Clara's evidence gave her the leverage she needed. "You don't even like the cabin," he spat when the judge ruled in her favor. Clara's smile was thin. "No, but Elise does." Daniel's jaw clenched. He understood too late. Clara's revenge wasn't just humiliation, it was permanence. Every asset, every echo of the life he thought he controlled, now bore her mark. Weeks passed. Daniel's name became a quiet, cautionary tale in his circles. People spoke of him in low tones. The man who flaunted his mistress and got gutted at his own party. Invitations dried up. Respect vanished. Clara, meanwhile, thrived. She hosted dinners for friends, redecorated the house, took long walks by the lake cabin with Elise, who had gradually become something more than an ally. One evening, as the sun dipped low over the water, Elise asked softly, "Do you ever regret it? How it all happened?" Clara thought for a long moment. The betrayal still stung. Yes, some wounds never fully faded, but she no longer felt hollow. She felt sharpened, stronger. "I regret trusting him," she said finally, "but I don't regret showing him who I really am." Elise touched her hand, and Clara didn't pull away. Months later, Clara received a single envelope in the mail. Inside was a short note, scrawled in Daniel's handwriting. "You destroyed me. I hope you're proud." Clara stared at the words, then folded the note neatly and placed it in a drawer. Pride wasn't quite the word. Peace, perhaps. Power, liberation. She poured herself a glass of wine and sat on the porch, the lake shimmering under the twilight. For the first time in years, she felt no weight on her chest, no suspicion lurking in the corners of her mind. Daniel had underestimated her. He had called her naive, but in the end, it was he who never saw it coming. And as the last light faded over the water, Clara allowed herself a quiet smile, the kind of smile a woman wears not when she wins, but when she finally, fully walks away.